Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What it is. Welcome back to Unhinged with Main Event Fro, the most unhinged podcast on YouTube. What's going on, man? Well, I should say the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. Hey, man, look, let me come in here real quick. Let me talk to you real fast, and we got to be out of here, you know what I'm saying? But look, if you guys did not watch AAA, shame on y'all. I should have. Actually, AAA was really good, man. Look, AAA was good. I watched that, boy. I actually watched it like 2 to 3 times. Third time I actually had to watch it because I just want to get some. I just want to get some clips when I do my reaction. Well, when I do my review. But other than that, great show, man. Great show. The show was great. I love it. It was really unique. The wrestlers were unique, different. A lot of different faces that I didn't see beforehand. I probably have a lot of deep history being in the wrestling business. So, dog, definitely different cats, bringing a lot of different flavor. The style and the style, let alone the attire wear that these guys were coming, the guys and the ladies were coming with were nice. They were nice, bro. I'm talking about flashy as hell. Hey, look, never say Latins don't got style. Never say that, bro. Latin wrestlers got style out the wazoo. Bro, that thing was top tier. But look, man, a lot of that stuff had a lot of like big moments. But let's talk about the main big moment that I want to talk to you guys today about. And that is, bro, Dirty Dom got screwed out of the AAA championship, man. Dirty Dom got screwed. And who screwed the brother over? Man, it was a masked villain. A masked villain that unmasked himself as AJ Styles. Bro, AJ came in there and robbed, and I mean robbed Dirty Dom of the title, brother. He robbed Dirty Dom of the title. He was right there about to win the title. And boop, he came right in and said, no, referee, you ain't counting that 3 count. Oh, no. Came in there, hit him with an elbow, then dropped him with his finisher. Oh, my gosh. Oh man, hey, look, it was hilarious. Only for him to get finished by Vicino. Nah, this shit was insane, bro. It was insane, dog. And dog, I'm trying to tell you, this was a fatal four where you already know what time it was. The El Americanos came out. The Judgment Day came out to help Dirty Dom. The El Americanos came out to help out El Americano himself. Then you had LWO came out to help Dragon Lee a little bit. Man, it was crazy. But the match was good, bro. The match was good. But let me talk to you about some things, man. Let me tell you right now. Big props to Ludwig Kaiser, man. Honestly, if anyone said Ludwig Kaiser is not a better El Grande than Chad Gable, you're lying to yourself. You are lying. You are freaking lying. I'm telling you that right now. You're lying. I personally believe Ludwig Kaiser is a much better El Grande Americano. And if you think I'm BSing, you better go watch AAA. I'm pretty sure it's still on WWE's channel. Go watch AAA. Go watch that. That man came over there and sung in Spanish, even though it was slightly a little bit butchered, or he just, or maybe his accent wasn't like too fluid enough to sing the Spanish song. But he got the crowd to sing with him. Hey, let's be real here. For someone that's supposed to be hating, you got the crowd to sing with you, man. That's crazy. That's pop right there. That is just top tier goodness. Like, for you to get the crowd to rock with you, you can't beat that, bro. You just cannot beat that. You just can't. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that when you have the crowd backing you up and singing the song with you, and you're sort of butchering the shit. Like, literally came out with a mariachi band at the start and everything, bro. I'm telling you, that show was nice. But moving on, I want to talk also about who else was there? Yeah, Dragon Lee. I love Dragon Lee's entrance too, with the nice little dragon wings backpack on him. And then they brung in the a group where they were swerving up a dragon. you know, like Japanese style dragon with the puppet and everything and all this, and then they had it, and then he walked right under it. That was pretty nice. I love that for his entrance. Dirty Dom coming in there with his entrance. But you know what's crazy? This was crazy, dog. Man, this was crazy. El Hujo del Vicino was getting booed. How you booed in Mexico, bro? You're the fighting champion. You're the AAA fighting champion. And they booing the man. Bro, Dominic Mysterio got more pop and more praise than he did. And he talking shit. How does that work? How does that work? Like, bro, how does that work, bro? How does that work? This man got booed, bro. This man got booed. I'm talking about he got booed. Oh, man, that's crazy. They were booing that man. I was like, yo, what's going on here? What is this? Bro, it was insane, bro. It was insane. But look, that Fatal 4 was a good match, man. That was a good match. Plus, there was about 20K, I think, attendance that show, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. So for a small, you know, a small compact wrestling roster, and then in Mexico City, I mean, that's pretty nice. And plus, to be honest, as big as it was when you see it, when the camera angles moved around, it looked like it was pretty much packed. Like, there was no empty seats around there, bro. It looked packed. So that means that was a success. That looked like a success right there. So that was pretty nice, right? But moving on, of course, there was also the induction to the Hall of Fame for Conan, which much salutes to that man. You know, feel me? That man gave a lot of great wrestling throughout the years, so much salutes to him in his time and getting that that honorable induction that night as well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have another Worlds Collide, or should I say Worlds Collide 2 coming. So stay tuned for September 12th of 2025, which is a Friday. We will be having another Worlds Collide. That is another AAA with WWE event coming to you again. So that is within about 3 weeks and some days. Yeah, 3 weeks and some days from now. So yeah. So funny enough, which is interesting. So I'm guessing we're not gonna have SmackDown that day too. I guess we're not having SmackDown that day, because SmackDown on Friday, unless they're changing SmackDown to a different day. I don't know. I don't know. But Worlds Collide will be on that Friday, September 12th. So lock that in if you are going to be watching for the upcoming wrestling show. I'm going to be interesting to see what they do with this one overall. But yeah, definitely lock that in. But another one, let's see, what others came up in here that I'm going to talk about real quick. I'm not going to really talk about the whole show over here because I don't think So Fro was really on it like that, or if he even knew that they were doing it. So I'm not going to really talk too much of it, just certain moments of it. Then that's pretty much it. But another moment in there was, you know, Natalya. See, Natalya was in a triple threat match for AAA's women's title, or should I say Reina del Reinas. That is the Queens of Queens. That's their title for the women's title, right? So she was in a triple threat match, and boy, I ain't gonna lie. Now, there's been some stories out there that when Natalia is not wrestling, Natalya, when she's not wrestling in WWE, and she's wrestling somewhere else outside WWE, where WWE allowed her to do so, she has this new character of this Natty Blackheart or something like that, screwing around. And I ain't gonna lie, I like the spin of it. I like the spin of this new like attitude character of hers. Sadly enough, WWE's not gonna push it, which is pathetically a shame. But I like it. They need to produce it. They need to produce it in WWE because personally, it is good. I think. Look, if you think Natalya is washed by any means, no. She's still cooking, bro. She still is good to go. She's still good to go. I think, you know, her just being some cheerleader or some producer to push and help other chicks, that right now, I get it, right? It's time for the new wave, yada, yada. But let's be honest, Natalya is not lost a step in this game whatsoever. They need to push Natalya to be something out there, especially since Shayna Baszler didn't have no sauce for them in any which way, which still, Should have pushed Shayna Baszler too, but they didn't do that either. So yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised they don't, but she deserves to be pushed. She deserves that. But definitely, there was some sauce happening with her and a wrestler named by Fabi Apochi or Apocha. I would not be surprised if they were to extend that rivalry and let it go a little further. Maybe spew in WWE a little bit, mix it up a little bit, cook it up, maybe cook it up. Yeah. Also, there was a mixed tag team match with the Judgment Day, as you got the tag team of Finn Balor with his boy JD McDonough. And then, of course, we had Raquel Rodriguez. On the other side, it was Mr. Iguana, Nino Ambrogressa, and Lola Vice. Right? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, man, look. Mr. Iguana got sauce, bro. I'm telling you right now. Mr. Iguana got sauce. I see why he's like a fan favorite. Like, real talk. He got sauce. I see why he's a fan favorite. He needs to be pushed. Like, I see why there's a lot of like, upsides to why he needs to be pushed more in the wrestling series, especially in WWE, because I think most people really want to see him being pushed more in WWE because of his style and his characteristics and his charisma. I would love to see it. But boy, Lola Vice over here trying to make some mating calls though. Okay? Lola Vice trying to get him them digits. She trying to get into Mr. Iguana, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I ain't gonna say no more, but if you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. You did. You know. But yeah, no. But one thing I wanted to mention about this is, well, actually two things I want to mention about this, because just watch. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a little small feud that'll eventually start between like Raquel Rodriguez and Lola Vice. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they start a little something since they were in this match together, and that fume a little something, or neither, magically Lola Vice out of thin air got drafted to Raw. It started a little rivalry between. I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen down the line, or somewhere in the mix. But boy, hey, look, let me tell y'all something. Let me show y'all something, right? Let me get this little piece of work, because Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, oh Lord have mercy. Dog, bro, when I tell you this is by far the most trifling shit I've ever seen in WWE history. Look at this. Do you see this? Ladies and gentlemen, the Demon King has been nerfed to a puppet. What is what is this atrocity? The Demon King has been nerfed to a puppet. A puppet. Bruh, what? No. WWE, get this shit fixed. Get this shit fixed. They nerfed the Demon King to a mere puppet. You know what they call him? They call him Demonico. What the fuck? Like, yo, WWE, what you got going on, bruh? What you got going on, bruh? You see this? What do you got going on? Bro, this is insane. It's insane. The Demonico. This is further confirmation that the Demon King is nerfed. We may not see the Demon King no time soon from Finn Balor ever. He's been reduced to this pathetic puppet. Like, don't get me wrong, it was creative because, you got Mr. Iguana there with his iguana. You know what I'm saying? But what type of time are we on? Like, nah, this was a joke, bro. This was a joke from hell, bro. No. Just no. I know most of y'all will be like, Wally, you must be playing with us. And look, if you didn't watch AAA, you need to go watch it. You can see for yourself. That is a real clip of that ish right there that I just showed you. That is a real clip. I'm telling you that right now. Screenshot it. No, that is a real clip. You ready to go watch? You ready to go watch that shit? You ready to go watch that shit? That's a real clip, bro. That is a real clip. But up next, so this is the last thing I'm going to talk about right here. There was a Bardolo Cup. This is Triple H's version of the Royal Rumble. So technically, this Royal Rumble, it works two ways. Well, technically three ways, but two ways. You can say three ways. It don't matter. The ways of winning is traditionally, like any Royal Rumble match, right, is to throw people over the top rope and let their feet land on the floor. But in this, you can actually pin and submit somebody in the ring as well, and then get them out as well. So there's multiple ways to win the Bardo Cup Royal Rumble match, right? But what's interesting about who was in this Bardo Royal Rumble match is none other than Omos. Like, real talk, bro. Omos was a part of this whole match. He was a part of it. He was actually number 13 on the list. But you know what's so crazy about this? Not only was he 13, he was the winner of the whole thing. He became the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian Giant has made a big splash. Not only is he making a decent splash in New Japan, now he made a big splash in AAA. I'm just saying. WWE, looks like you're probably wrong about what you're doing here, aka you just can't sell the product. And I'm surprised he wasn't even there, because guess what? You know who else was there that day too? Let me show you. Let me give y'all another clip of who was there that same day in that lineup. So this is another person that we all know and love. And now technically he ain't injured. And that is none other than the mystery that's been hiding, Otis. Otis is back in the fray. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When you see this video, just know Otis will probably be back on Raw soon enough. You dig? So yeah. The boy Otis, the big belly. Yeah. Your boy Otis will be back in the ring, or be back in WWE soon enough, right? Of course, there were other contestants that were there that same day. Most of us know him. Most of us know them for the, Lucha LWO team, aka Joaquin Wiles, and of course, Cruz del Toro. They were there in that match, so they were also in that match. But of course, like I said, they did not win. They got eliminated. But yeah, but look, man. Very interesting show nonetheless, man. The shows were good, bro. The shows was good. You cannot deny it. I think, honestly, like, if I had to put it in a number rating for the show overall, from what I expected for someone being freshly brand new to AAA and just seeing new different characters, honestly, I liked it. I think the whole show was an 8. I give it like a nice 8. I like the show. Like, God, show is good overall. The surprises, the pops, the different, characters that you don't know, but you can just see the style and flavor that they bring to the game and that they bring to the ring. So, I love the whole show overall. Now, granted, like I said, if you watched it, great for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you didn't watch it, I consider you to go watch it, because I think you'll actually like it. It's actually pretty nice. Like I said, you won't know a lot of people, but when you actually see how they're moving in there and everything else and what they do, they're some solid people, man. Pretty solid wrestlers in there. So, yeah, that's my whole take on that overall. That's my whole take on AAA. And, so that's just my take on some of the things that happened in the show. But you guys tell me how y'all feel about AAA if you watched it. How do you feel about Dirty Dom losing, knowing that there's been a lot of rumors that Dirty Dom might become a double champion with the AAA Mega title and the Intercontinental title? So, y'all guys tell me in the comment section how y'all feel about it, and stay tuned for more content on the channel. with your boy Fro. Me, whenever I get a chance to do something, whenever I feel like there's something worthy that's in the wrestling business right now in WWE, or either in Raw, SmackDown, or NXT is worth talking about. Actually, there is something worth talking about, but I think Fro already covered it with talking about. Yeah, he already covered it for SmackDown show because apparently, WWE ain't gonna do this draft, bro. I don't think so. WWE is doing the draft. I think they just rushing it over. They're just doing secret drafting and just trading people. And if you know what happened Friday, well, you already know what happened there. I don't need to tell you much. I don't need to tell you much. But look, man, good looks for all y'all. Hopefully you're having a good night on this Sunday. Well, technically now it's Monday on my end. But hopefully you guys good. Hopefully you guys have a good Sunday, past tense. And then see y'all guys till next time. Peace out.